Thanks for tuning in. This is the Sweet Cyclist, and today we're going to be reviewing the Topeak Lineup stand. This is a compact and portable floor stand for a bicycle. Alright, now time for the fun part. Let's do a little unboxing. So this is the packaging as I received it. Pretty simple. There's only some advertising on the front. This is a Lineup stand. It's designed to work for a variety of bikes, everything from your BMX bike up to a road bike. It's designed for mountain bikes, road bikes, can handle up to apparently 44 pounds. So let's take it out of the bag. So pretty simple, everything comes assembled. You can see this is the full unit. Comes in a package, just in a plastic container. A pretty basic user manual, and then the actual stand itself. So you can see this is aluminum and plastic, and the version I got is this aluminum. They also have a black anodized version, which seems to be a little harder to find. Basically, this thing consists of 4 legs that you can just pull out. That takes a little bit of effort. You can see that's the 4 legs. These are the stabilizers. If we look underneath these, you can see there's a pretty nice rubber pad on here so you don't scratch your floors. And then you can pack these away really quickly. Move the packaging away. You can see it also consists of 1 stabilizing arm. So you pull it out and that's about it. So really simple, you put the wheel here, this pulls out, and then it supports the weight. If we look closely, you can see this is where the channel, where the wheels, the tire would go. So it's nice and rubber, accommodates different widths. You can see really narrow, really wide. It's all plastic so you don't scratch anything up. There's also only 1 button really here. If you pull the stabilizer arm back, pull down on the yellow button, this thing will fold back and you can take it with you. And overall, pretty light, maybe 2 pounds, 3 pounds. So pretty nice overall. Really simple, no assembly. So in terms of fit and finish, this thing is pretty well put together. There's just some basic screws if you ever need to really disassemble things. Everything's nice and bright and anodized here. There's aluminum and plastic, as I mentioned. Really easy to operate. One reason I actually bought this was because I have an eBay special. Before I bought this, I was figuring this would cost too much, right? At $65. This is not a cheap one. So I bought the eBay special version. This is a eBay $11 aluminum bike stand. You can see it basically consists of 2 arms and a hinge here. And supposedly this will support a bike. However, what I found is really the way it mounts, it's just this little cheap plastic. So you're supposed to get a skewer in there, but with different size wheels and bikes, it just doesn't work for me. It doesn't really provide much compatibility with different bikes. With this design, you don't have to worry about putting skewers in there or putting your crank in there. This is really general. You just kind of drop your wheel in. This will hold the back, so much better design. I definitely don't recommend the eBay special. I think it's worth a little extra money to buy even this version or a knockoff version of this, as it's more compatible. All right, so let's give this a little test. Here I have a Spinergy Rev X wheel, which is kind of an infamous wheel known for failing. This is a 23mm narrow skinny tires for a road bike. We can see basically you push the wheel in, this rolls back, and then that's it. So this is providing enough tension that it pushes the wheel down, and you can see it's not going anywhere. So really good stability. It'd take a lot of force to really flip this over. And if we take a look, you can see it's falling right in the channels. And then down here, it falls right into the bottom section. So with a thicker tire, it'd probably end up maybe in the higher grooves. But really nice design, really secure. All right, so now let's do a real test. Here I have my Zip 2001 Beam bike. This is a 90s beam bike, has no seat post. As you can see, even with the 23mm narrow tires, it works really well. You can knock this thing back and forth and it's not going anywhere. This is one reason I kind of chose this kind of bicycle stand, because without a seat post and kind of that thick down tube, you can't really use most work stands or more typical stands. So as you can see, yeah, really well, really stable. It takes quite a bit of force just to pull this thing out. Alright, so let's do the test again, but this time with the Specialized Roubaix. This has 28mm tires, so wider, it's kind of closer to a cross bike, heavier bike as well. You can see similarly that back swing arm kind of accommodates the bigger wheel, and then the grooves accommodate the wider tires pretty well. And then again, you just really have to pull hard to take it off, and pretty hard to tip over as well, even with a small kind of stabilizer arm. So pretty impressive for such a small stand with a small footprint. It seems to have a lot of stability, holds different wheels pretty well, and provides enough tension to really keep the bike in place. Alright, now that we've tested the floor stand, let's give this thing a review. In terms of pros and cons, I think the compact footprint is really great. The thing will fit anywhere. It's really small, compact, light. Put it in your garage, you can put it in your office, you can put it in your living room. One con is the price. At $65, this is not a cheap stand. Another pro is it's really high quality aluminum construction. It's really well put together. Good components on here. Feels really sturdy. Another con is that it doesn't include a storage bag, especially as a kind of portable compact stand. I would have hoped for like a kind of fabric bag or something you could throw this in, throw it in your trunk of your car without scratching anything. Finally, the other pro is the great stability for the ride of bikes. As we saw for road bikes and even more cross-like bikes, it's really hard to tip this thing over. Really grips the bike well, and really safe place to put your bike. As another con, there's kind of limited finish color availability. As of the time of this review, there's only the aluminum, which we reviewed, in a black version. It'd be great if they had additional colors. Right, so let's give this thing a final rating. Out of 10, I think this is a 9.5. Seems like a really well put together product. My biggest con is the fact that it's kind of expensive. That's one reason I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10. Alright, thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow us on thesweetcyclist.com, where you'll see full-length articles, as well as Instagram at The Sweet Cyclist. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for our future videos. This is Sweet Cyclist, and we're reminding you to enjoy the ride, and we'll catch you in the next one.